This is a little sparkle, welcome everyone. We all are teachers, we know it's hard to educate our kids and make them face real problems, to put together our strength and give them all our knowledge. My fellow friends, let's talk about it. We are here to talk and make it better. Kids and mental health all matter. Little Sparkle, the podcast for educators.
Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of things I do to keep my child busy, especially my ADHD child. He's 5 years old and he is full of life, and I just love that kid more than anything in the world. But yes, he's full of life and there's so many things for him to do and to get into if I am not careful and keep him busy. It's very similar to the classroom. When kids are left to their own devices, that's when they start doing things and getting into trouble. So I actually, if you have not seen part 1, go back to part 2. But I actually am here with my bin of building and science experiments, because my kid loves doing science experiments. He likes to craft too, but he calls them science experiments, and it's very cute. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so like I said, my child loves to craft. He calls it experiments, but so one of our first ones is going to be making these window cling pictures. It has a paint in there. I already have the paintbrush. And so these are Disney themed. You can get these at any Dollar Tree. Sometimes they're in the Target dollar spot. They are super cute, very easy, and awesome because now he can cling it into his window and look at it whenever he wants. Another thing that I went ahead and kept in here, and let me start with the first thing. This is a smock, and this smock came from IKEA. I would open it and show it to you, but it is dirty, and it's dirty for a reason. This is what he wears whenever we do experiments or we do crafting, because I don't want it getting everywhere all over my house. So this is one of those things that I keep in the bin ready to go just to keep us clean. So now we have our washable watercolors number 2. In case he runs out of colors, we've got plenty. I can also do this with him because there's 2 paintbrushes. And I like this. This is washable. It's going to come right out of his clothes, but it's also going to come off my table. It's going to come off anything that it gets on. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So I may take this out to go with some of the, if you looked at part 1, you'll know what I'm talking about. Some of the other books and stuff that he has in there, just to keep it more interesting and fun. Because if you set a book in front of him and say, like, here's your pencil, just do your letters and your numbers, it's going to be boring. But if I bring out the watercolor and say, hey, you get to use the paint on that page, now try doing the letters using the paint, it's going to keep it a little more interesting, and it's going to keep his attention a little bit further. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is this is one of those science kits from Ollie's. And yes, I took it out of the box because the box always takes up way more room than it needs to. And I can condense it down into this little bag. So the cards are in here of all the different experiments, and then all of the stuff that goes with the experiments is also in here. There's things like crystallizing a tree. There are things like playing with clay, explosions, things like that. Nothing too big, nothing too crazy. But this one's a fun one because I can say, hey, you want to do an experiment? And I can blow his mind and make it seem like it's magic when it's not. And that kind of goes along with this one as well. So this one is a crystal growing kit. And I think we're going to start this tomorrow so we can kind of check on its progress over the next couple weeks and see how big we can get those crystals to grow. The other experiments I have here is the Dino Fossil Kit. And it looks like this. It's kind of, how do I put it? It's not a real fossil. It's kind of cheesy, but it'll get him interested in it. It also says that there's real dinosaur poop. I don't know if it is or not, but that's interesting. Then there's also, I went ahead and doubled up. This bag has 2 experiments, the Dino Fossil Kit, and then a robot that you make out of a used can, robot car you make out of a used can, and like a drink can. And so that one will be fun, but I'm thinking that's probably going to be more towards the end of summer, something that I'm going to make him work towards. But I bet he could probably sit there and dig that fossil out by himself for quite a while. Now this next one we have already done. It is the volcano kit. We've done it once. It came with paint. It came with this mold for the volcano, and then it came with plaster of Paris. Now, I don't know if you've ever worked with plaster of Paris. It did leak literally everywhere. We had to get a paper plate. It was a hot mess. But when it finally dried and solidified, we painted it. We made it explode. I'll see if I can insert some clips here. It was a lot of fun. And so I decided to keep the mold and keep the information. I believe I still have some of the paint left over. The only thing I have to now replace is going to be the rubber band that held everything together and the plaster of Paris. But plaster of Paris can be bought pretty much anywhere for super cheap. So this one is one that we could redo over and over again, and it was a lot of fun. Okay, you're gonna laugh at me for this one. But very simply put, I have glue in different colors because my child loves to be able to play with slime. And if you take glue and contact solution and mix it together, you're gonna make slime. And I already have plenty of contact solution, so I just pick up some of these colorful glues here and there. I already have like glitter and stuff like that here in my home, and so we can make our own slime pretty fairly quickly without having to buy too many pieces of materials. So that brings me to my two-parter here. I have multiple different building kits from Lowe's, and these were actually gifts for him for his birthday, but we haven't had a chance to do them. So I have all the kits here with all the pieces. And then I went on Amazon because my child is 5. He's had the play tools. He's had play tools before, but he doesn't have any tools that his dad would let him use. My husband loves his tools, and he doesn't want anything bad to happen to them. And also, a hammer for a 5-year-old is quite big. So I found a kit. Now, this kit was on sale. I'll link it below in the description. But the kit is amazing. I mean, perfect. It comes in a couple different colors. So if you have a child that's a girl, it does come in a different color for that. It comes with all sorts of things. So I'm just going to show you a couple things. You get your hat so you can teach your kid about safety goggles. Again, safety is important. It does come with an apron. He loved putting this on. And then it comes with a little mini hammer. I mean, that looks big to you because I have it right there, but like, it's small and it fits perfect in his hand. Needle nose pliers, a level. Now the level does not have any of the liquid inside of it, and it is plastic. This is probably the cheapest level they could have went with, but it still does the trick because it does get, you know, if you're sitting perfectly still, it'll put that thing in the middle. So it works. Measuring tape, and the measuring tape is good quality. Some clamps, some other screwdrivers. These are actually a lot larger than I thought they would be, but he still was able to hold them just fine. So it comes with everything he's going to need for us to be able to build those. And he's going to feel like Bob the Builder the whole time we're doing it, because he's going to be able to wear all his tools and he's going to enjoy every last moment. So definitely, I think, worth the investment. I think if your kid is like mine and busy and a tinkerer and always thinking, this is the way to go. So, awesome kit. I am very happy with all of the things we have. And now that he has that tool set, we can go to Home Depot, Lowe's, and get those little kits, and he can build pretty much whatever he wants to build. And I'm starting him early on, you know, learning how to problem solve and fix and put together. And I think it's just going to be good for his little brain to think about those things. Now, I am going to institute a 1 hour calm down time. So after we do stuff like this, his brain is going to be tired. So I'm going to send him to go kind of relax in his room. And just remember, you know, no matter what you do with your kids, just feel them out, see what they're doing, how they're feeling, and give them some time to kind of think about what it is that they learned and what it is that they did, and be able to process it, because they're going to need some of that time. So if you have not already, go like, comment, subscribe. If you liked this content and you want to see some other ideas on things to do with your kids when they're home, my son is actually going to be home the rest of the summer with me, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You may see him in a few videos here and there, but if you're interested in this type of content, like, subscribe, hit the little bell notification, and don't forget to go check out my other social medias. I have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and I am a podcaster. So once a week on Fridays, I have a podcast that's released. So go check those out. They're a lot of fun, very informative, and uplifting for teachers. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back next week. Bye! Okay.
It just slipped out of your hands.
No. Okay. Go ahead. Be careful. Don't you hit my fingers now. A little harder. Keep going. Harder. No, you can't do it that way. You just got to keep tapping. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, you got to have control. You can't do that. And don't forget to go check out. Thank you. Thank you for